Hey guys, so for those of you that don't know me, clearly I'm not super big on YouTube. This is like a trial run, but I am getting ready to do something, and I've done it before, and I'm very excited. I haven't told anybody that I'm doing it just because it's really nobody's business, and it's a decision that I've made in my family. So I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I have an 18-month-old son. And in between having them, I had a surrogate baby in 2018, January of 2018. And I, 6 months later, got pregnant with my son and had him. And I swore that was the last baby that I would ever have, and blah, 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 just because the amount of weight that I gained. And when I signed up to do a surrogacy, it wasn't something that we took lightly. I had been interested in it for a few years, and I decided that I was going to do egg donations in between. So I donated my eggs twice. The first time went really well, the second time went really well, and decided, okay, I can do something bigger for somebody else. So I signed up and I did the surrogacy, and it was super cool. It was such a good experience. My intended parents were from China. They did not speak any English. Everything was done through translators, and it was a super great experience. So I've recently decided that I wanted to do one more, my last pregnancy ever. Oops, I forgot something. For sure this time. And then afterward, I would just work on myself. So I went through and I signed up through an agency and passed all of my background stuff. And I just kind of want to go through the process because I always see all these people that are like, oh yeah, I could be a surrogate, like popping out a baby for somebody, no big deal. So I'm gonna walk you guys through my journey over the next probably year because I'm only a couple of weeks into it. I just got my master's degree and I started job hunting. I've been a stay-at-home mom since my 18-month-old was born, and yeah, here we are. So far what I've done is the beginning stages of the process. I've done a home inspection. I had to get labs done. I had a psych evaluation. I had to pass a background check. I had a meeting with someone that was talked about surrogacy and all of the things that could happen or could go wrong. I had and this is stuff that I'm doing as a second time surrogate, not even a first time surrogate. You have to go through the process every time, and I have been selected this time by a lovely gay couple. I love them. They are super great. I'm super excited, and they want twins. So if I pass everything, which I'll get back to all of the screenings and stuff, if I pass them, I will get one fertilized egg, not my eggs, a donor's eggs, from each father, and they will, I will carry 2 different people's babies. So that's if everything goes according to plan. Now, the thing is, this is a very unpredictable process. I just had my birth control removed and they put me on the pill. I had the Mirena. That's why my face is breaking out so bad, because I switched birth control. And if you know anything about that, it makes your period super, super heavy when you take out your Mirena and replace it with something else. Mine is ridiculous. So that is not one of my favorite things. I had an almost non-existent period. No side effects while being on the Mirena. And now I have these god-awful periods. So the thing is, my husband also had to go and get labs done and screened and all of that kind of stuff. And this is a different time because, of course, COVID. So now I have an appointment 8 to 10 days after your period ends or starts. You have an appointment where you go. The clinic that I'm working with is in California, and I will fly to California by myself from Colorado Springs, and I will fly back the same day. So I I'm going to go there, and they're going to test my uterus. They are going to fill it full of saline, and it gets huge. The last time I did it, I looked like I was about 6 months pregnant, and it is very painful. I also have to, I apparently am very vitamin D deficient, and I've been pretty tired, but I didn't really know what it was from. I just kind of thought maybe it was from chasing around 2 kids all the time. So I have to take vitamin D every day along with my birth control pills, and like everything just has to be perfect. So I'll go next Friday. I will fly from Colorado Springs to Denver, and then from Denver to LA. I will leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. I will get there at 9:30 California time, and I will go to an appointment, and then I will turn around and I will fly back. And it's done that way so that you don't have to pay for a hotel and all that kind of stuff, to save the intended parents money, because the intended parents pay for all of this through the whole process. So I always figure, if I'm not going to have any more children and I know that I can carry a baby, and pregnancy is pretty smooth for me generally, that there's no reason why I couldn't do one more pregnancy. I'm super excited I did it because I've always wondered about twins, and I'm super excited to have this experience. So after I get my medical clearance, which this clinic does it differently than the first clinic I went through the same... Hi, did you find a car? That's so cool. The first clinic I went to, it's the same agency but a different clinic that they've paired with. So this clinic does it a little bit differently. We do the medical clearance before the other steps. So with my medical clearance, that's the last step of my medical clearance. After I do my medical clearance, we'll do legal. And once I get through legal, then I'll start taking the injections, which I have to give to myself. The last time I did it, I started April 15th. My embryo transfer was in California also, because I'll go back there. But you take your spouse or your significant other with you on that time. And they do the embryo transfer. So I started my injections April 15th. I remember that because it was my birthday, and I transferred May 4th because May the 4th be with you. So super nerdy. And so I did that, and then I had to take or give myself the injections, and all of it's not one injection a day. It's multiple injections, multiple times a day, different kinds of medications. Like I had one that you had to shove up your vagina on this little like plastic thing, and you whoop, push the thing like a tampon and shot it up in there. I had to do that until I was 10 weeks along with the first surrogate baby. So it's not an easy process, and it's stuff you can't miss. You have a ton of doctor's appointments, and I know this is kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy first video, but I have I'm just going over my prior experience and what I've done thus far, and then I'll kind of keep you guys updated. Everything just got going super quick because once I graduated with my master's, I told them I was all in. So this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm super excited. A couple of things. If you're doing a surrogacy for the money, then you are not the right person to do a surrogacy. Because if I could take no money and do a surrogacy, I would. Because I have 2 kids, you know, and I can't imagine life without them. And there are people out there that struggle to have kids or can't, like this couple that I'm doing the surrogacy for this time, because they're the same sex. So they want biological children. And I think that's totally understandable. And so I'm super excited to do this for them. So if you're doing a surrogacy for the money, don't. You are clearly not the right person to be doing a surrogacy. Also, doing a surrogacy is very emotional, and you have to make sure that you can separate, you know, the fact that that's not your baby. I have no problem doing this simply because I go into it with the mindset that this isn't my baby. None of it is genetically related to me. I'm just a vessel. So that makes it really easy for me, and I keep in very close contact with the couple that I am working with to carry their baby. One, because they obviously want to know how their baby is doing, and two, because it makes it that much more realistic that this is not my baby. So or babies in this case. So you have to have the right intentions, and you have to be able to separate yourself and realize that this is not your child. You also have to have a lot of free time. You have to be able to go to the tons and tons of appointments that come with doing a surrogacy. It's not like your typical pregnancy. There are way more checkups because your body can more easily reject the embryos. And of course your medications will help with that, but you know, they can only do so much. Your body does the rest. So you go through and do all of this kind of stuff, and all your appointments and all of that, and it's super great. What? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Okay. It's a super great experience, and I lost my train of thought when my kids entered. What? What is going on?
He's trying to get to the toilet paper.
Try it. Come on. Come on. Let's go find a sippy. You want a sippy?
Oh,
You got one? Close the bathroom doors. So, you know, there's a lot that goes into it, and it is, I mean, it's a group effort. You know, you fly to California to do an embryo transfer. You're there for about 3 days, and you fly in, you have the transfer, and then you have 24 hours bed rest, and then you fly home the next day. So it is a huge process, and it is so worth it, but I will document the rest of my journey and show you guys everything that's going on, and I hope that people will see this and realize that surrogacy is not just going in and having a baby for somebody. It is so much more. Oh, did you find this so cool? So I will update you guys more as I find more out and take you on my adventure with me. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I would be happy to answer them. So bye guys.